Hi everyone, it's Kerry. Welcome to my channel and happy Vlogmas. So Vlogmas is where I'm going to attempt to post one video a day in the run up to Christmas, just to share a little bit of my life with you. And today we're going to start off by baking a cake for my mum, whose 70th birthday is tomorrow. With the other vlogs, I'm planning to have a look at some of the products and review the products that I bought as part of the Black Friday sales. So you have that to look forward to as well. I hope you like, and here we go. I'm going to do a recipe from the Great British Bake Off every day. Now it's supposed to be 100 foolproof recipes, but we shall see. Right, so the first step is to make the chocolate mixture. So I've got 60 grams of already sifted cocoa powder. I have 250 mils of boiling water, and then 30 grams of dark chocolate, usually about 70% cocoa solids. Right, so here's my 60 grams of sifted cocoa flour, in which I'm going to take my whisk, and 250 millilitres of boiling water, which I just need to add in and keep stirring. Right, so that's all mixed in. Smells lush. I want to feed my face with it already. And then I'm going to put in the 30 grams of the dark chocolate. You can either finely chop it or grate it. I've done a bit of both, but I always find when I grate it, I get really melted chocolate fingers, so not great. So the next steps are to add 225 grams of unsalted butter into a large mixing bowl, and then beat it until it's smooth. Right, so that's all the butter beaten in. Now I've got to add in 325 grams of light brown muscovado sugar. And you need to make sure that you've pressed out all the lumps. Then what I'm going to do is just add this to this. There we go. And I'm going to beat this in slowly at first. And now I have got to go and put the egg mixture and make that. So I need to make that in a separate bowl. Okay, so I've got a fresh bowl, and I need to put in 2 whole eggs and then 2 egg yolks. And we need to reserve the egg whites from the other 2 into a different bowl because we're going to use it later. As you can see, I've got my egg yolks in here now and my eggs. And I'm just going to put in half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Maybe a little bit more than half. And then I'm just going to beat this gently. Okay, so that's all the eggs mixed in. Now I've got to add it into the butter mixture gently and beat it. So I'm just going to put my mixer on speed 1 and away we go. Now I'm going to add in the chocolate mix that I had from earlier, which is nicely cooled. And when I do this, I'm just going to fold it in a little bit by a little bit. So just folding this in gently, and I would really recommend you don't whack this in all at once, just because otherwise you're going to find it hard for it to knit together. Scrape it down from the sides every now and then. And keep folding. But now I'm going to add in 4 tablespoons of creme fraiche. Put that on top. And then I need to add in 225 grams of self-raising flour and a pinch of salt, but I'm going to sift that in. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to sift this in now. So that's 225 grams of self-raising flour, and sift that in. There we go, nicely done. And a sift of a little bit of salt, just a pinch. Pop that back in the cupboard. And now I need to fold it in with a large metal spoon. Fortunately, I don't have a large one. I only have this one, which I've used with the creme fraiche. I'm just going to scrape this off and then start folding it in, and then we'll see how that turns out. Right, so let's fold this in. I'm hoping it will thicken up because it's quite wet at the minute. And there we go. All nicely mixed in, all combined, well mixed. And now we just need to transfer it to divide it equally amongst 3 8-inch cake tins, or 20.5 centimetres. So I'm going to line these and then I'm going to pour in the mixture. Right, so that's 3 cake tins done, full of the mixture. So I'm now going to whack that into the oven at 180 degrees centigrade, which is gas mark 4 or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 20 to 25 minutes. And here we are, after about 25 minutes in the oven. Nice spring to the touch, so it springs back. That's when you know it's ready. What I'm now going to do is just flip these out onto the wire racks. So for the next bit, I need 200 grams again of the dark chocolate, which is about 70% cocoa solids, and finally chop it. I'm using the Lindt Excellence chocolate because I find that's really, really nice to cook with. Then once I've chopped that, I've then got to heat up 125 mils of double cream. Once that's heated, then I'll put it into the chocolate. So I'll just do that. Right, so here I have 125 mils of double cream, which I'm just going to pour into this saucepan, and then I'm going to heat it over the hob, or on the hob, until it's just about boiling, and then remove. Right, so here I have my 200 grams of chocolate all chopped up, and now I'm going to pour in the cream that's just boiled, and then I'm just going to keep on mixing that until all the chocolate has melted and it's all nice and smooth. And then I'm going to set that to the side, let it cool, but I still need to stir it occasionally just to make sure that it doesn't set at all. And that's mixing quite nicely, as you can see. So here we go with the meringue mix. So these are the egg whites from earlier on, which I'm just tipping into this large heat-proof bowl because I'm going to be heating that over the hob in a minute. And 200 grams of caster sugar. Okay. So now I'm going to plug it in. Try not to destroy the kitchen at the same time. Plug in the mixer. And so all I need to do now, apparently, is just mix this in. So I'm going to put it on a low speed to start with, and then just until it's lightly frothy. Well, it's not looking very frothy. You can't really see that one there, but I'm just going to transfer it over to the boiling or the simmering water now, and just pop it on the top of that, and then carry on whisking it for 5 minutes until it becomes nice and thick. So as you'll see now, that's quite thick. I was worried that it wasn't actually going to thicken up, but it does. So you can see the peaks that are forming now. So that's great. So I've put it on a cloth because I now need to whisk it until it's cold. It's a really important step, this one, because otherwise when you add the butter to this mix for the frosting and the icing, then it may split. So you have to make sure that this is cold before you carry on. Now I need to do is add in gradually 450 grams of cubed or diced unsalted butter into the mix gradually. So I'll just add in a little bit at a time. So I'm just going to put it on a low whisk to begin with. I'm going to put in the chocolate mixture. It has firmed up a little bit, but I have been trying to keep it stirred. Okay, so we'll try putting in some of this, and I'm just going to add it like I did before, just a little bit at a time, and on a low whisk. There we have it. There's the ganache made for the frosting and the filling. I'm pretty impressed with that. Here we go, we're going to assemble the cake now. I've got a 10-inch cake board, which I'm going to top on, or put on top of this turntable. I've just had to do a bit of a makeshift riser, and I'm just using a saucepan upside down. So that's the first one there. And I'm going to grab the first cake, ever so gently. It needs to go crust side down. So there, we're going to pop it in the centre. And then I'm going to start adding on the buttercream. Now you need about half of this, so you can set aside half. I know roughly what half is, so I'll get cracking. So, right, so I'm going to spread that across now evenly. So now I'm just going to take a Cadbury's flake and I'm going to crumble it. Time for the messy bit. So I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top. Right. That's one layer. We'll put the next layer on top. And repeat. Right, so when you get to the last cake, you want to put it on the crust side up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the icing, or the rest of the icing, and we're going to move it around the edge of the cake. Now it's better to do this with a palette knife or this cake knife here to help us do that, and then smooth it all the way around, and then we'll do the top last. So wish me luck. Might be a bit messy. And this is where the turntable comes in quite nicely. So I'm just going to do little bit by little bit, I think. Seems as I've never done a cake like this before. Now don't worry if you're not perfectly clean on the outside. I'm just going to take a little spoon, just whip these bits up, pop it on top because I know I'll use it then. Right, now to put the rest of it on the top and smooth it over and then finish it off with the flake. Again, I'm just going to flatten it out, smooth it out, turning as we go. And then I'll fill in those gaps too. So I'm just going to use my last 2 flakes on this, so we've used 4 in total, and sprinkle this across the top. So thanks everyone for watching my first vlog. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then please like and subscribe and watch out for the rest of my Vlogmas posts. Thanks, bye.